Hi everybody, this is Nancy Douglas with Wildnote Customer Success, here to talk with you about improvements that we've made to our Wetland product line. We call it Wetland 4.0. I'm on my mobile device right now and I want to show you some of the changes that we've made to the mobile interface and the form itself. Let's start collecting data. And the first thing you'll notice is some changes and hopefully improvements in the way that you can navigate around the form a little more easily. We've chosen to bring in all the questions in what we call a collapsed state underneath their section headings. So the way to actually expand that is to touch the chevron, and then you'll have all the questions expand below that. So that collapses, that expands, and then there's also an expand all and collapse all here at the top. So this would be an expanded all. So from there, you can also navigate around the form with the go-to menu up here. It's kind of a quick jump menu. So when you're in an expanded state, you can get around to the different areas. Let's say we wanted to get down to soil, we would just touch that and now we'd be down at the soil section. Let's go back up to the top of the form and talk about dynamic locations. So that's into the general details. So now you can add your locations on the fly as you are doing your delineation. Just touch the green plus button, touch this green plus button, enter in your new name, let's say it's Wet02, click OK, and then the key thing is you have to then select it from the list. So we select it and now that's a part of your project. From there, I want to share with you that we are now integrating with a sub-meter GNSS device called the EOS Arrow. The EOS has, I think, about 3 different arrows in their product line that give you subsequently higher levels of accuracy. But the idea here is that so long as you're using Wildnote on the same device that you are Bluetoothed to the EOS Arrow with, then you will automatically be getting that more highly accurate points. There's nothing for you to do, nothing to turn on, but you'll know it's working because for photos and for your lat longs where it says source, you'll see where the source is. In this case, I'm not connected to that device, so it's just my internal GPS. So you'll have awareness as to what the level of accuracy of those points are. The next thing that I wanted to make you aware of is that in the summary of findings, these first 3 questions will now auto-populate based on the answers that you give in the individual sections. So if you answer yes in the hydrophytic vegetation section to this first question, it will automatically answer yes here. One thing to note is that it doesn't work in the reverse order. So if you were to then come to this section and choose a different answer here, it won't update in the actual section. So just be mindful of that. The next improvement has to do with letting you know that we now for the taxonomy lists have put in the entire regional list for that area, meaning not just the Army Corps, but the USDA plus the Army Corps list. So you no longer will have to be mindful of which state list you have in your forms. If you're working across states, just choose your regional form and you'll be good to go on all of your taxonomy. As always, if you see any taxonomy issues or mismappings of anything, please let us know so that we can make corrections to that. On that subject, coming out very soon, when you select the species from the list, you will also be able to see its indicator status, so there won't be any confusion for you as to what species to select. So that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. We're excited about that as well. Okay, so from there, since we're on the subject of taxonomy, we did something kind of interesting. We turned the Munsell soil list or soil chart into its own taxonomy list, so to speak, kind of in quotes. So what that means is it behaves a lot like the vegetation taxonomy list, where you can smart search for what you're looking for, and once you've selected it, it will turn it green and put it to the top of your list. So again, hopefully this will make this whole process go faster for you when you're in the field, and you will gain a little bit of efficiency by having this available to you. The other improvements have to do, they're minor, but they may have been irritating you, where you have indicators such as the soil indicators. We are able to now properly sort these so that all the A's are together, all the B's are together, all the S's are together, and they're in the right order. They're in the same order that they're in on the actual form. And then last, we are now calculating fact neutral and the rapid test automatically for you. So those two things will get auto-checked based on the vegetation that is selected in your form. That wraps up what we have right now for improvements on the actual form itself. There's a few other improvements that we've made for your post-processing of your data, actually some significant ones, and that will be in another video. Thanks for your time.